Keyakinan orang Toraja percaya kalau kita meninggal dunia, apabila tidak diacarakan oleh keluarga bahkan anak cucunya yang tinggal di muka bumi ini, sudah barang pasti akan mendapat karma yang buruk.
Hello friends, how are you today? I hope you all doing well. My name is Silvayanti. My student number is 2009086034 from Geological Engineering, University of Mulawarman. Today I would like to explain something attractive about my hometown. And from my previous video or my first video, I have told you where I'm come from. Well, I will explain more about my hometown in this video. Well, my hometown is Toraja. I'm sure that some of you have heard about Toraja. Yes, Toraja is one of tribes in Indonesia which is famous even throughout the world. Toraja does have a lot of charm, like its beautiful and cool nature because of location in the highland. Then its customs are famous for their loyalty, as well as the kinship of the people from the Toraja tribes, which is very famous because the Toraja tribe has a slogan, Siangkaran Siendekan, or shoulder to shoulder, and that does not escape. Toraja is a sweet, handsome, and beautiful person. Well, here I will focus more on discussing the burial tradition in the Torajan tribal traditional known as Rambu Solo. After I did a brief search on several articles published on the internet, there was still some misinformation. The information still inaccurate and divided from the fact. Before I continue, I want all of you to know that even though it's in one tribe, in Toraja itself, the custom of Rambu Solo still has difference depending on each region. Like the Sakdan and Tondon area, in this area it requires a minimum number of tedong or buffalo in every event so it seems very forced. Meanwhile, the Rantepao area and its surroundings are more direct at the ability of the families who are left behind. Okay, Rambu Solo itself is a burial event carried out by the Toraja tribes, which is believed to make it easier for the spirit of the deceased to reach Puya or the afterlife. When a person dies, the person will immediately be bathed and dressed in their best clothes. After that, the balloon procession is carried out, or wrapping the deceased in several layers of cloth until the deceased is completely thick. If the deceased is already in balloon, the deceased will be put to sleep in a Toraja traditional house known as Tongkonan, provided that the head of the deceased must face west. In general, Toraja people keep the deceased in Tongkonan for about 6 to 12 months. It should be noted that the older the deceased is kept in the Tongkonan, the greater the event and the cost involved. So, generally, if the family of the deceased is unable to hold a large Rambu Solo, even they will immediately hold a family meeting to discuss funds and the Rambu Solo event that will be held. If the large family has agreed, the family will report to the local village head, and then the local residents will come together to build huts or lantang intent to future guests, which are often referred to as melantang. The melantang itself can take several months depending on how big the event is going to be. While the community helped to prepare lantang, the deceased who previously lay with his dead facing north must be turned in his direction with his head facing south. If all the preparations are sufficient, such as lantang and the cost of other events, the next meal will be held the Mak Pasonglo event, or it can also be called Mak Parkoalang. This event is an event to bring down the deceased who have been lying in tongkonan to alang on or barn. This event lasts for approximately 2 nights, and the family of the deceased is expected to sleep in the alang while the deceased is in the alang. Because after Mak Pasonglo event, the deceased will be raised on the laki-lakian, which is where the deceased was placed during the event. After the deceased has occupied the laki-lakian, the event will begin with the reception of guests. This reception usually lasts 3 to 5 days, depending on how big the event the deceased family can hold. After the reception is complete, it will be continued with the buffalo slaughtering ceremony, which is called Mak Tinggoro Tedong by the Torajan people. It is necessary to know in general before the buffalo are in Tinggoro, the buffalo will be complete against one another. First, in the Mak Tinggoro Tedong event has been held, the deceased can be directly exhorted to liang or patane, which is his final resting place. Liang is a large lump of rocks that had previously been carved and attached with a door for access to the deceased, while the patane is a building made by human that resembles a small house but has no windows. By escorting the deceased to liang or patane, the Rambu Solo event has ended. Usually the next event is a religion event in the form of consolation even for the family left behind. One thing that is still inaccurate and I often encounter on several websites is that during the Rambu Solo event, family members are not allowed to cry. Meanwhile, the real fact is that the family might cry during the event but must stop crying if the deceased is already in the liang. That's all. I think that's enough, and thank you.